Hello Tokusatsu community, welcome back to my SODO Sundays series here on the Toku Toy Store YouTube channel. This is the series where I cover all the latest SODO, SHOTO, and Uterline figure news from Japan. Today we just got a bunch of Kamen Rider 01 stuff as well as some more Kamen Rider O stuff, so let's go ahead and get straight on into it with this episode of SODO Sundays Season 3.
SODO Sundays Season 3.
So for Kamen Rider 01 we have a lot more information regarding AI-03. So this set will be releasing at the end of, or like mid to the end of December. And we had already seen that we were going to get Valkyrie, Lightning Hornet, and Kamen Rider Hirobi in there, but we now have our final two figures to finish up the lineup. And the first of those final two figures is Kamen Rider Jin, Flying Falcon. So Kamen Rider Jin Flying Falcon is basically the Hirobi body done up in pink, with a new head and some more new pieces and things like that, like a new sticker on the Force Riser and stuff like that. They just kind of went over again about like how they painted the chest and how they painted or a lot of the chest and like the bands around the suit and all that other good stuff. Basically, if you saw how they're painting Hirobi, they're pretty much painting Jin the same way, give or take. Head is, almost fully painted. It looks fantastic. He also will be coming with the attach arrow that Hirobi will be coming with, which is nice. So you'll get two versions, or you'll get two of that if you want that for some reason. But his little gimmick is in the show he has like these wings that fold out to become like bigger wings so he can actually use them, and it's because he's Flying Falcon and everything, and he actually does come with that. So there's a peg on the back. They just have like the collapsed folded in one, so when he's like on the ground fighting and things like that, and then you can change it to be the full like folded out wings for him to fly. So basically, that's a pretty cool feature. I like that a lot. It's nice that they're including that. But that's all there really is for Kamen Rider Jin. So, basically they nailed Hirobi, so they nailed Jin, and they both look fantastic. So, Hirobi and Jin are in set 3. And to finish off set 3, we have 01's newest form that just debuted in the show last week and got to have its full fight debut this week, and that is Kamen Rider 01 Shining Hopper. So, Kamen Rider 01 Shining Hopper is going to have a lot of paint on like the yellow parts of the suit, and some of the golden lines are going to be the stickers. But once again, they're continuing that pattern of just so many stickers, so much paint and not so many stickers, and it just looks fantastic. So Shining Hopper is looking great. I'm assuming that the weapon that he uses, I'm thinking is only used in Shining Assault Hopper, or I'm not quite sure on that, but it's not included here, the like axe gun thing. So I'm assuming we'll get that later with like Assault Wolf and Shining Assault Wolf, or Shining Assault Hopper. So, but yeah, that's it. So AI-03 is coming out in December with the full lineup of Kamen Rider Hirobi, Kamen Rider Jin, Kamen Rider 01 Shining Hopper, and Kamen Rider Valkyrie Lightning Hornet. So yeah, that's a pretty great set that pretty much catches us up almost fully. We do have a lot of things that they can do with the concept art forms, and we have some things from like Reiwa the First Generation and stuff like that that are, I'm sure in the next set are on the horizon. But also, speaking of things on the horizon, we do have a tiny bit of Kamen Rider build news. So basically, if you're following along with the build news, we had gotten Grease Perfect Kingdom in AI-02 from the new Grease V cinema that just came out, and there was that pretty much only left one thing for build for them to do, and that was the metal build. So the metal build being the villain of the movie, using the hazard body with the two black tank eyes. So they showed off one of the black tank eyes and like a little teaser image, basically saying, hey, we're going to be doing metal build, hey, it's going to be retail, more on that later. So we don't know exactly how metal build is being released, or like when it's being released. We know it's going to be retail, and we know that they're doing it. So that is the last build figure that we'll probably be getting for maybe forever, unless there's some like really weird return of build movie or something in some point in the future. But metal build is the last kind of thing that we really needed. So that is that. So get excited for that if you really want to finish off your build collection, because I'm sure that's going to happen in a pretty soon 01 set. I'm not 100% sure though. But that's all there really is for new figures in the SODO stuff, regular SODO, but we do have a lot of really cool SODO Chronicle news. So SODO Chronicle O's has been shown off like one by one in more detail since it's about to come out in Japan. We had gotten to see more details of the Tatsuba figure, lots of Toratar, Sargozo, But when they showed off Gatsukiriba, now usually I wouldn't talk about them showing off the figures individually because it's the figures you'd already known that we're getting. They were just showing them off kind of in their final production rounds instead of just like prototype images, so we can kind of get a more better feel for how they are and everything like that. But when they showed off a couple weeks ago, when they showed off Gatsukiriba, they had kind of revealed it or whatever. They had shown off a picture with another deno where it was like a Photoshop picture with like a bunch of Photoshopped in Gatsukiribas to replicate how in the show he can like duplicate for the finisher and everything like that. And basically they decided that Photoshop wasn't good enough, so they decided to get a bunch from the factory and do an actual photo shoot with like 20 Gatsukiriba SODO figures, and it was absolutely hilarious. So I wanted to make sure to include a picture of that. Not news in any way, but basically they have a thing going on where they're going to have hashtag Gatsukiriba challenge to see how many Gatsukiriba figures you buy for your collection. So I know my friend Corey is probably going to get a couple dozen of those because that's how he is. So basically, yeah, it's just a fun little thing here, just showing off how a bunch of Gatsukiribas actually look in person instead of just Photoshopped together, which was really fun to see, and I'm happy that they actually went through the effort to try to pull that off just for the jokes, but it was really cool. But that does not mean we have no new O's stuff. We have a lot of new O's stuff. So we had known for a while that set 2 coming out in I believe it's March of 2020 is going to have finish off the stuff that's in the show. So Tajidol, Shouta, and Putotira. So basically, we had not exactly seen if they were going to be doing the Tajidor wings and big claw legs, or the Shouta big like tentacle taco things, or like the Putotira like claws that come out and the wings and the tail. They are going to be doing those effect pieces, but they're not going to come out in set 2. They're going to come out in a premium Bandai SODO Chronicle O's set. So the SODO Chronicle O's special movie set is going to be a premium Bandai exclusive that's going to be going out for pre-order in a couple days. So not only does the set come with the Tajidor effect parts, and the Shouta effect parts, and the Putotira effect parts, if the name wasn't obvious, by the special movie set, it is the 3 forms that O's used in movies. So that means we are getting Burokawani combo from his summer movie, we're getting the Tamashi combo from the Let's Go Kamen Rider movie, and we are getting Super Tataba from Movie War Mega Max. So these 3 figures are the final main O's stuff for them to do. And also they're including the purple-eyed Taka head for Tataba, which was the thing towards the end of the series when the Putotira medals were kind of taking over. So yeah, that pretty much finishes off the main rider O's himself with Tamashi, Burokawani, Super Tataba, and the purple Taka head. The only thing really that they did not do or have not done yet for O's himself are the CSM forms and the kangaroo pieces from the Hyper Battle DVD. We don't know if they will in the future, but basically this finishes off all the main stuff for O's. So it's really nice that they're doing this special set to get those 3 forms, so those 3 combos. That were pretty much the only ones missing, and it makes sense to do them in a big movie set since all 3 of those were movie forms, and it all just works out. And it also gives you the really cool effect pieces that are a little bit bigger and more involved than the regular forms, like the Taka or like the Tora claws and like the Bata legs. Like those are pretty simple to do in the main line, but it's understandable how like the big Tajidor wings and all the Putotira stuff and everything is a little bit more involved. So that's why it's in a premium set, which makes sense. So, but that's all there really is this week. There's a lot of cool stuff with the O's set. It was really cool to see them do a premium announcement. Jin's looking fantastic. And they did say that starting next week, they will start breaking down AI04. So there's a lot of cool stuff coming out for SODO. There's a lot of things coming out in 01, if you've seen any of the new stuff with like the new Dodo Rider and all the Reiwa, the first generation stuff. There's a lot of cool SODO figures I'm sure we're going to be getting here soon on the horizon. Hey Tokusatsu community, it's Josh again. You can tell that the background is all different and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and tack this on to the end of the episode because this episode was filmed while I was home last weekend and it was supposed to go out last weekend, but we weren't able to get it out in time, so we're releasing it this weekend. So I'm going to go ahead and attach all of this weekend's news to the end of that so I don't have to refilm all that because it's already filmed. So this weekend we had some more new stuff for Kamen Rider 01 because we have that almost every weekend. We got our first figure reveal for AI04, which is going to come out in January. The first figure in this set is going to be Kamen Rider Vulcan's newest form, Assault Wolf.
So Assault Wolf is going to be joining us here, along with the gun hammer thing. I think it's the Assault Breaker that's used by Shining Assault Hopper, which will be coming out next week, and Assault Wolf. And I think Shining Hopper can use it too. So it's like a gun hammer thing. So he'll be coming with the gun version of that for Assault Wolf, which makes sense and everything. But he looks fantastic. They, once again talked about how they used a lot of paint and how there weren't a lot of stickers and all this other stuff, and just making it look really, really good. And that will be the first figure in AI-04. So Commander Vulcan, Assault Wolf. They also teased by just this one little quick image. They teased with the sword in the hand and a bit of the arm of the figure for Commodore Ikazuchi, which is the newest rider that just made a surprise debut in 01, the Dodo rider with the Dodo Magieki, because that was the thing that was not in toy scans or magazine scans. It just kind of happened. And SODO kind of talked about that. They kind of talked about how they weren't expecting that to be a thing, didn't know that was a thing. So they are just as surprised as we are, and then now they're working on making it fit into their release schedule. But they showed off basically that little prototype with the sword, knowing kind of just to make sure you knew that it was coming, that they were going to do it. So yes, Comrade Ikazuchi is coming to the SODO line at a later date, much later date. And then the final thing is for SODO Chronicle related. Next weekend, they will be revealing the next SODO Chronicle series that they're going to be doing. They did Double, they did Deno, now they're doing O's. They're actually still kind of working with Double and probably working with Deno at some point again. But yes, the next rider series, the 4th rider series to join SODO Chronicle, will be announced next weekend, which is pretty exciting. I can't wait to see what it's going to be. I have a bunch of choices that I would really hope for it to be, but we'll just have to see what we end up getting. But that's all there really is to talk about from last week and this week for SODO Sundays. If you enjoyed this episode, of course you can check it out on here. You can watch the blog post or read the blog post that goes with the episode. You can follow me on Twitter at LivinRangerKey, see all my other stuff on Toku Topics or RR Infinity, and you can also find me on the Soda Pop Podcast. And until next time, everyone, hope you enjoyed this episode, and Tokusatsu forever.